So, Alex, you're speaking on the innovation stage on day one of the conference. Can you give us a quick preview of your conference talk?
Yeah, sure. So most of the people who are attending the conference will be fairly familiar with the approvals process for medical devices already, whether that's through medical device regulations in the EU or through FDA approval that we've got over in the US. But we're seeing these days that medical devices aren't just a medical device, they're also a wireless device. So people are adding Wi-Fi or RFID or cellular connectivity into existing medical devices. And the compliance journey for these connected devices is very, very different. So we've got the FCC approvals process for the US, similarly ISED certification for Canada. We've got the radio equipment directive to think about in the EU as well. So my talk is really going to highlight the differences between those different types of non-connected medical devices and connected medical devices.
Who will benefit the most from attending your talk?
I think manufacturers who are relatively new to connected medical devices, so maybe this is their first or second connected device and not too sure on what the approvals process would be. Things can get quite complex, so the FCC process is very different to the FDA's process, and the radio equipment directive is very different to medical device regulations, for example. So if you're not prepared for those changes, it can be quite a surprise, really, the different route that you need to follow when you have a connected medical device compared to a traditional non-connected one.
And without giving away too much, what is one key takeaway you want your attendees to leave with?
The big takeaway really is just to prepare for this and expect what this process will look like. As I say, it's very, very different. So if you're not prepared for the different types of documentation you need to provide, the different types of testing that will be carried out, they can really take you by surprise, because if you take a non-connected medical device and suddenly add a radio into it, it's not just a case of do a few extra tests and off to market. It was a very, very different approvals process with that device now.
Thank you very much for your time.
Okay, thanks, Oliver.